The average YouTube video loses 45% of viewers in the first 30 seconds. Most creators think better content will fix this problem, but here's what everyone misses. It's not about better content, it's about better hooks. I've developed a 5-step hook formula that helped me increase my audience retention from 55% to 79%, and grow from videos that barely got 200 views to ones that reach escape velocity. But don't just take my word for it. Throughout this video, I'll be sharing insights from top creators who've mastered this skill. Let's start with some wisdom from Samir, who together with Colin have built their careers analyzing what makes videos succeed.
The first thing we track is first 7-second viewership, then first 30-second viewership. The thing I have to do after I've earned your click is write a compelling hook that first backs up the title and thumbnail, and second introduces a new question that you want the answer to by the end of the video.
Those first few seconds are absolutely critical. As Samir pointed out, viewers need immediate validation that they clicked on the right video. And that's exactly what we're going to master today. Imagine this. You step into an elevator and you suddenly realize you're standing next to Mr. Beast. He glances at your YouTube channel on your phone and asks, "So what's your next video about?" The doors close. You have exactly 30 seconds. You wouldn't start with, "Well, my name's Dave and here's what I was thinking," before eventually getting to the point. Instead, you should just instantly hit him with your most compelling idea, or a surprising statistic, or a counterintuitive approach that makes your video unique. This is exactly what happens when someone clicks on your video. You have 30 seconds to make your pitch. If you waste those seconds with unnecessary context or slow buildup, they leave. I remember how disheartening it felt when I first started out, pouring hours into creating videos I was proud of, only to see people clicking away within seconds. It's like inviting someone to dinner and then watching them walk out before even tasting the food. That feeling of rejection is something every creator understands, and it's not your fault. Most of us were just never taught how to properly introduce our content. And the data backs this up. YouTube's own analytics show that if you lose a viewer in the first 30 seconds, they're likely not coming back to your video.
I want to signal in my first 30 seconds that, I know why you clicked on the video, and I understand the problems that you are facing.
Obviously, Ali nails it here. Your hook needs to signal that you understand exactly why the viewer clicked. When I implemented this approach in my own videos, my average percentage view jumped from around 35% to 45%. The videos that perform best all have one thing in common: a strong, structured hook that follows the 5-step formula. Let me show you exactly how this formula works. Great YouTube hooks function exactly like movie trailers. They don't give away the entire film, but they create enough intrigue that you can't help but want to see more. The best trailers make you feel like you'll miss out on something valuable if you don't watch the full movie. Your hook needs to create that same sense of anticipation and FOMO in just 30 seconds. There are 3 key psychological principles to understand how hooks capture attention and drive engagement. Here's how it works. First, the curiosity gap. Your brain hates unresolved questions. When I say, most creators get this one thing wrong, you can't help but wonder what that thing is. There's a gap in your knowledge and it makes you curious. Second, pattern interrupts. Unexpected statements jolt your attention. When Linus says,
"The good news is the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming very soon,"
that sparks your interest. But then when he adds,
"But there's also bad news,"
your brain immediately perks up because something changed. Third, speed to value. Viewers make snap judgments about value in seconds. The faster you deliver, the better chance they'll stay. With these principles in mind, let's break down the 5-step formula. Your first 4 to 8 seconds need to immediately confirm what your video is about and spark interest. You can do this in many ways: a surprising fact, problem statement, dream scenario, a direct question, or mind-blowing information. Here's a couple of quick examples.
Hey, it's Mark. So the latest Zelda game is wonderfully inventive, loads of fun, and I say this without a hint of hyperbole, a crime against user interface design.
Mark is a king of sparking interest. He instantly creates interest with a bold, slightly controversial statement. He signals exactly what this video is about, Zelda's UI design, while creating enough tension to make you want to hear more.
I joined a professional powerlifting competition with only 100 days to prepare. The only problem? I've never powerlifted before, I have no technical training, and I kind of don't even know what it is.
Matt immediately establishes a challenge and a problem, creating instant interest. You're hooked because you want to know how someone with no experience will handle a professional competition. The key to a great interest spark is making sure viewers know within seconds that, yes, this video is exactly what you thought it was, while adding a compelling reason to keep watching. To help you master this crucial skill, I've created a detailed worksheet that breaks down all 5 steps of my hook formula. It includes multiple interest spark approaches, proven patterns for different content types, and specific examples that you can adapt for your own videos. You can grab this worksheet for free using the link below the like button. After your interest spark, you need a pattern interrupt, a contrasting transition that creates tension. Words like but, however, or yet. They signal that something unexpected is coming.
These guys just broke into my car in San Francisco and stole my backpack. But what they'll soon find out is that thanks to some high-tech glitter and fart spray delivery mechanisms, that's no ordinary backpack.
Ain't nobody back here, right?
Mark sets up an expectation, car break-in, stolen backpack, and then immediately subverts it with his pattern interrupt. But what they'll soon find out, this creates a tension loop that makes you want to see that resolution. What are they going to find out? Here's another great example.
Your party watches as a massive, scaly beast descends on them, its thunderous footsteps shaking the earth. It lets out a blood-curdling roar. That's right, it's that classic D&D monster, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Wait, you thought it was a dragon? Come on, dragons have wings. Try to keep up.
Ginny beautifully sets up the expectation and then interrupts the pattern with, wait, you thought it was a dragon? This moment of surprise re-engages your attention and makes you curious about what's coming next. Your pattern interrupt should be quick, just 1 to 5 seconds, but it's crucial for maintaining attention, and its secondary purpose is to lead directly into the next step. Step 3 has 2 essential components working together. The first is the twist, which challenges expectations, and second is the specific value, which makes viewers want to stay. Twist and value. This is where you reveal there's more to know than your viewers thought, and provide specific value they'll get from watching. There are many different techniques that you can use as a twist. You can challenge conventional wisdom, reveal unexpected information, introduce a counterintuitive solution, pivot to a different aspect of the topic, or raise stakes dramatically. Here's a great example from Marquez. See if you can pick out which twist he uses here.
This is a drone. And when I say drone delivery, I think most people picture something like this, trying to deliver packages, which is just, that's ridiculous. That's way too much. But the thing is, I've been looking into drone delivery for the past little bit, and it is very, very different than that.
Marquez starts by acknowledging what you think you know about drone delivery, and then challenges that assumption with, that's ridiculous, that's way too much. He directly challenges the common assumption about drone delivery that he just established. Then, he promises to reveal what drone delivery actually looks like, based on his research. That's specific knowledge that viewers don't have. The twist creates tension by contradicting what viewers thought they knew, and then you follow it up with the value that offers the resolution to that tension. This 1-2 punch is what keeps viewers hooked.
We have been invited to meet one of the largest, if not the largest, currently living fantasy authors, Mr. Brandon Sanderson. So I really want to impress him with something cool.
The twist, meeting a famous author, isn't just a casual encounter. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that requires something special. The value. She's going to show viewers her creative process for making something impressive enough for Brandon Sanderson, something they can learn from and apply to their own projects. Your twist reveals more to the story than viewers initially thought, while your value clearly articulates what they'll gain by continuing to watch. Without both elements working together, your hook loses its power to retain viewers. There are several techniques to promise value. They range from specific outcomes, time or effort savings, valuable insights, or resource reveals. The key is making sure that these 2 elements complement each other to create an irresistible reason to keep watching. Next, you need to establish why viewers should listen to you specifically. This can be through direct experience, research-based authority, or borrowed credibility.
Every year, 20,000 cars are broken into in the city of San Francisco. Having teamed up with a veteran investigative reporter and gotten our bait car broken into 25 separate occasions over the past 8 months,
Mark establishes credibility through research, sharing statistics and mentioning his extensive testing. This signals that his content is backed by real data, not just opinions. In my case, for this video, I mentioned how I've gone from videos that get 200 views to finally breaking out by using these exact techniques. And I use borrowed credibility from other creators to make my points. Your credibility statements need to be brief but specific. Give viewers confidence that you can deliver on the value you promised. In step 5, you need to compress your hook to deliver maximum impact in minimum time. Use short, punchy sentences that create momentum.
And so in this video, I want to share 5 tips that I've learned over the years that I find super helpful for why your boss might hate you and, crucially, what to do about it.
Ali ends his hook with clear signposting of what's coming next. 5 specific tips plus solutions. This creates clarity and sets expectations for the video. Remember, the difference between a wordy hook and a compressed hook is dramatic. Just listen to this. If you've been trying to grow your YouTube channel for a while now, but haven't been seeing the kind of results that you're hoping for, you're definitely not alone, because this is something that a lot of content creators struggle with, and it's often because they don't have an effective hook strategy. versus this compressed version. Your YouTube channel isn't growing fast enough. You're not alone. Most creators struggle to do this too. The problem isn't your content quality, it's your hooks. My 5-step hook formula can fix this immediately. The compressed version has more impact in less time, exactly what you need in a hook. And the last piece of this puzzle is the other half of the equation for video, your visual hook. This is basically part 6, but only for video. And I'll be honest, visuals are something that I'm actively working to improve in my own videos. Including visual elements will make your hook 100 times more powerful than just spoken words alone. That's because people read faster than they can listen, and they can visually comprehend a full scene almost instantly. When a viewer first clicks on your video, they're making split-second judgments based on what they can see, not just what they hear. There are 2 key visual elements that help the most. If you skip these, you're ruining all the hard work you've done. The first critical visual element is text on screen. Just putting 3 to 5 words in a big, bold font dramatically improves your viewer retention. These words should distill your main message down to its essence. For example, if your verbal hook mentions why successful YouTube videos use pattern interrupts, you might want to show one of these up on screen. The second crucial piece is motion. You need just the right amount. Too much motion overwhelms viewers and they'll miss your message. Too little motion and it's like having none at all. It bores them and they'll leave. This could be as simple as deliberate hand gestures, or walking slightly towards the camera, changing your position, or a camera zoom. Implementing basic text overlays and more intentional movement significantly improves how many people stick around. The combination of text on screen, the right amount of motion, and your spoken hook creates a powerful synergy that's far more effective than relying on your words alone. By the way, if you're finding this content helpful, you should know that my newsletter subscribers received this worksheet early. They've already been implementing these techniques while I was putting this video together. When you sign up for my newsletter, you'll immediately get this 5-step intro hook formula as a welcome gift. I send out resources like this, plus tips and insights every week. Just click the link in the description to join. It's completely free. And if you just want the worksheet, you can download it and unsubscribe right away, no hard feelings. But I think that you'll find the tips that I share weekly valuable for growing your channel. Let's address 4 quick common hook mistakes that can derail your entire video's performance. The first is too much context. Starting with unnecessary background instead of jumping straight to value. This is one of the key lessons I learned from my content strategy video, if you want an example of what not to do. Second, excessive greeting formalities. Wasting precious seconds on, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Some creators can get away with this, maybe an abridged version of this, but they're not small creators. Third, vague value promises, saying this will help you instead of specifically how it will help them. And fourth, low energy delivery, not matching your delivery energy to the importance of your message. If your hooks aren't working, try to record multiple versions. Be sure to always analyze your audience retention to see where viewers drop off, and learn from those lessons and improve in your next video. We're all on this creator journey together. I've made plenty of hook mistakes myself, videos where I rambled too long before getting to the point or where I failed to clearly communicate the value. But that's how we learn and grow. Every video is a chance to improve, and I'm still refining my approach with each upload. The first 30 seconds of your video can literally be the difference between a video that barely gets 200 views and one that reaches escape velocity. By implementing this 5-step hook formula of intro spark, pattern interrupt, twist and value, credibility, and speed to value, you dramatically increase how many viewers stick around for your content. And here's the amazing thing. As you get better at hooks, you'll find that they not only improve your metrics, but they also help you create clearer, more valuable content overall. I'd love to hear about your experience with hooks in the comments. What's been working for you? Which step of the formula do you find most challenging? Or if you're willing to share, post your best hook from a recent video and we can all learn from each other's examples. I personally read all the comments and I try to respond to as many as I can. Remember, just like growing a YouTube channel takes time, mastering hooks is a skill that develops with practice. Don't get discouraged if your first attempts don't immediately double your retention. Keep refining your approach, study what works, and you'll see improvements with each video. Now you understand how to hook your viewers, but you might be thinking, I don't even know how to get viewers in the first place. The key to YouTube success isn't making better videos, it's understanding that viewers watch for themselves, not for you. Watch this to understand the mindset shift required to attract more viewers. It's not about you.